Good morning, Zodiac. Ah, June 4th. Can you believe it? June 4th? Good morning, Quickies. I'm David. And did my little art project as I was putting myself together today. I want to see I'm using the classic gilded tarot. And I've had that box a long time. The cards that came with it are, I don't know what happens to cards. They get old. uh, yeah, I want to hang on to my cards. So this will be in the introduction, so sane people will just timestamp to your sign. I like to say thanks everybody for really likes, help, the thumbs up thing, any kind of interaction. So feel free to throw in there your 2 cents. It helps me a lot sometimes to see how people are reacting. I see a lot with the singles. People see themselves. I don't know. It doesn't surprise me. It's not exactly the intention, and it might be some kind of general message from spirit, um, that that corny old thing, we are the one. Something along those lines, because usually the right one is not a twin, right? um, but anyway, today we're going to read through the deck like I do, put a little energy on it. I'm going to move my stones back over here. I keep these around. I'm here on the Gulf beaches of Mexico. Usually I'm at the Casa, but if the wind kicks up, I hate my cards that hit the ground. First of all, it's like every time that happens, I'll, you know, uh, kind of like freak out. Taurus in the ninth house is how it comes in. Imagine the possessions and things and ownership issues and mine. And now it's tarot, and I don't have anything, man. You don't know, man. I barely have anything at all that I had 5 years ago. I lost luggage and I had everything in a huge suitcase. Lost that, but they gave me a lot of money for it. But that's where I had, man. I had power items and stuff. That really got me. I had this for years. They were really important to me. It was like my little religion, such that I have them. I don't have any of my power items anymore, but I don't feel like I need them anymore. It's white light. So as we start, thank you guys. Always in the name of light, love, for our greatest good. We ask from Spirit for this guidance. And now, Aries, here we go. This is you for June 4th, your morning quickie here at the Casa edition. I'm going to pull through the deck, and I forgot to open my Klimt deck. I'm using this to clarify. It's this crazy art deck. They kind of put together based upon this artist. I'll make sure I don't miss nothing. Whew. I got to clarify because it's so much different than all my other decks. It's much smaller. There's no way. I don't really want to work with it, but perfect to clarify. I should put a little energy on it, and may work with it. I'm thinking like for some special readings, like really spiritual readings I have in mind. And I'm probably going to use the heart spread as like a chassis because with the heart spread, just Aries, you can look at that as your higher self. The other person, look at it as your higher self. Look at it as your angels, guides, whatever, and so it's about your relationship with yourself. So, but now we're going to just look at your general love reading here for the 4th, and you're coming in with the Hanging Man. So it's time out, I don't know why. I always want to go to the football analogy because I'm not really a football guy, but I don't mind watching a football game. I played when I was a kid, high school and stuff. And but it's time out, and the team doesn't call timeout. You don't get so many of them. You can't just do it willy nilly. So they seriously are looking at the lineup and they're going, "Holy shit, there's something not right here. We're going to get our clocks cleaned if we run this play." In fact, apparently they're on to us because look, they're lining up. It's like they know what we're doing. Timeout. We got to back up here and rethink like everything. Maybe go to Plan B or something. All this. And really, it's like timeout. And a general reading. I keep reminding myself these readings. That's one of my things. They keep blowing up on me. It's like calm down. Ah. You could just need a little time out from your person. You need to go put the earphones on and watch Netflix for a half an hour or whatever all afternoon, and or go out and by yourself and do something and just usually it's just again you see something, you sense something, and so why are you hanging upside down trying to get a different perspective? You're thinking you want to get a handle on something so badly that you're willing to hang upside down, apparently. Now, this is your challenge, so consider that this is a Nine of Wands. Really, you could look at it kind of as in reverse energy of a Nine of Wands. And that's what's up against you. That's your challenge, your crossing here. And let's see. First Nine of Wands. It's like not giving energy to something. It again. It's kind of. I'm trying to think because it's so clear and there's nothing subtle about it. It's like you're in this hangman energy of hanging back, thinking things through, taking time out, looking at, trying to get a handle, a grip on something, and whatever it is, the challenge is like you're not putting any energy into it because this is a challenge. I mean, it's not just like it does it because it sounds kind of stupid. It's like, okay, you're taking time out. Well, of course you're not putting any energy into it. But the point is, they're saying this is your challenge. They're saying so. Spirit's trying to say like maybe you need to think about getting on into Nine of Wands energy and pushing ahead. It's like a little bit of a being reversed, I'd say a little bit of advice already kind of built in that, in this case, if you get up off your knee and give it that last push, uh, it's almost like that's advice in the Eight of Swords. But, you're stuck. So you're really, this is advice, and Spirit doesn't want us to be an Eight of Swords because this sucks uh, badly. Just pulled my punch right there. Mercury retrograde. It sucks very badly. It does. Eight of Swords is the worst. And so I think it's maybe, this is like admitting to yourself that you're depressed. That's kind of what that is, the advice. Someone might say, maybe a good friend might say, maybe you just kind of need to admit to yourself that you're depressed. You're in a clinical depression. Now, I'm not necessarily saying you're depressed, that's a metaphor, but it's that kind of energy. So it's also like being stuck and being in your head and not wanting to get out of it, wanting to just sit in that energy and stew in it, holding on to it, holding on like it's like a fist holding on, like I'm not gonna let go of this terrible shit. I'm gonna just keep like stewing in this here. There's Nine of Wands and eight reverse and Eight of Swords is a stew, like a toxic stew, very challenging, very painful to deal with, and for some reason you're stuck in it here in this hangman and you're trying to get a grip on it. Let's see here. I haven't seen the outcome. Man, yeah. This is like, man, I told you, it keeps wanting to go big. Aries, you need to transform, man. Look in your natal chart and let me know if you want to do astrology, but you can figure this out and see where Pluto is. It's in retrograde, 26 Capricorn. That's going to be the biggie here, and you're resisting some kind of change. You could say in a little way, maybe your partner wants to change sides of the bed and you're resisting it and you got all butthurt about, I don't know, probably not a lot bigger than that. But, kind of natural. Pluto's some scary ass shit, man. Don't tell me it's in my 12 seconds from my IC. But man, it's in my 12, man. So, let's see here. This Taurus, we're going for the 4th of June. This is the Morning Quickie. I'm David. I need to keep saying, keep reminding myself in case someone's punching in, just watching Taurus. So here we're going to do a 4-card read for you guys. We're asking Spirit, Name of Light, and Love always to give us this advice for the greatest good. This is how you're showing up. 7 of Pentacles, Taurus. So that's not so terrible, but someone that could be looking at the crop and seeing, are they getting what they put in? Usually here in the position of where you're at, if you're kind of in this energy, well, then you're having to think about these things. It's sort of like if you have to stop and really think about it, most of the, maybe in a way it's healthy, maybe it's something you should go through that process in some way with every relationship, but if that's your main energy in and around relationships, to me it usually means there's reciprocity issues, and with pentacles, it means they're pretty serious and substantial, and they can be, like the kind of energy that, um, somebody doesn't pay their share of the bills in some way here, and it's not a good energy to have, I'd say, in a relationship. Like, you have to be really thinking about this hard, Um, it's like someone said, I want to know if they're the one. Why waste a reading on that? Of course they're not the one. What do you mean? I said, well, if you already know them and you're having to ask some stranger to tell you through tarot whether they're the one, they're not the one. Trust me, I'm not going to here save you money and time and save everybody's time. So, but yeah, you're having to think about it. So there's something going on around that reciprocity, Nine of Cups. So the I think the problem is your person maybe. Again, the reading's being so literal. Thank you. Your person's being the bachelor. They're digging in their heels. They're maybe being a little detached from you, more like into their friends, into their own thing, kind of doing their own thing. And now you might say, well, what's wrong with that? That's kind of why not? Otherwise, you're codependent. But this is, Spirit is saying, this is what's crossing you here, Taurus, in this reading. And we just said, you're thinking about, if this is your reading, about reciprocity, and you're very much feeling like you're giving more than you're getting. And with Pentacles too comes to mind literal commitment issues. It's like you're saying, look, we've been dating for 3 years. What are we doing? I want to know. Do you see me with the future, because I want to get married one day or whatever? Can be if you're in an existing relationship, they're pulling away from you, and you see them on their phone and laughing and smiling like they haven't. Like, this killed me. They haven't really laughed and smiled with you and God knows how long, and they're on their phone laughing and texting and smiling with someone else. Well, you ought to be a fucking psychic to figure out what's going on there, guys. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Now this is your advice for Wands. I think with the Four Wands as advice, it's like, okay, you are thinking about this, and it's the right thing to do, to um, think about it very seriously, because probably what's going on, you're in a long-term committed relationship or a marriage, same difference, the natural marriage or marriage. So if the fact that that's coming in as advice is weighing into the side of cutting this person some slack, but on the other hand, I gotta say, like, another way that this plays, this kind of energy, the thing that this is advice from Spirit, is to focus on the long-term committed relationship, the natural marriage, the marriage here. Um, but you can't do it without this person, and I see this being your challenges. They're kind of not there. They're being immature. They're being selfish. It might be literally partying. They might have drinking problems or other problems where they want to escape reality, because it's reversed. Think of the Nine of Cups now in reversed, Come tell me that's not a classic escape reality right there. I never really looked it up, but yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Reverse Nine of Cups. Yeah, it means over partying and maybe issues. But you're being asked to consider this. I have a hard time with this, I'll tell you, but I'm the same way. If it's a marriage, it's kind of sacred, and I spent a lot of time with adult children alcoholics, okay? And for a while, I had to go to Al-Anon meetings because I was in a little town, and I felt like I should go, and it was wonderful. They were so cool, so mature, so amazing. But one woman there was saying like she had a terrible marriage with a bad alcoholic. I mean, this was just, I'm not saying this is your story, but she hung in there, and she's kind of a religious woman, I think. And he ended up stopping and going to AA, and then he would go to his AA, and she would go to her Al-Anon. and they ended up, it took a while, they're a little bit older, they ended up having this amazing relationship. And I met him, and he's a great guy, right? So, Three of Wands here. Now, this is the outcome. So you're considering this, but it's like the outcome. Look at the birds. I really get the feeling you. It's like you're not. Look, this guy's not going anywhere. He's looking. He's looking, right? So it's like you could be like standing at the door to your house, Taurus, and you're just kind of looking out there and going, man, I just want to go. I just want to go. I want to deal with this. Now, I'm not saying stay in that kind of relationship. I'm just saying it to kind of consider that. Only because this is the advice from Spirit, I should clarify that. I'm trying to do it quickly. So the Eight of Swords, yeah. I was going to say, I have the feeling you're going to go, you know. You're going to go. You're finding that it just hurts too much, But man, I mean, you're really having a hard time, and you may take a minute, but wow. Thank you, Tor. Sorry, it went so heavy, man. Thank you, guys. Looking at our Gemini friends. Thank you. I'm David. We're doing the morning quickies for the 4th of June. This for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Gemini. Shit kicking in Gemini right now. I tell you, man. Especially with the North Node. I'm a 10th house Gemini. There we are. And what's that? 10 degrees. It's South Node's dead on my Mars. Challenging me. And I tell you, I feel I put myself together today. It was Humpty Dumpty. Took a while, people. But we're here, and this is your morning quickie. This is your energy, 7 of Cups, in and around relationships, where your mind is at, where your heart is at, Geminis. And with the 7 of Cups, um, the most literal, and I'm trying to read literally today, apparently. Hold on just a second, I have to look. Because, yeah, I've had, man, I don't know how many videos I've lost, and I don't know. It gets old after about the 3rd time. Today we're fine, but because man, I tell you, with Mercury retrograde, this is the real thing about work. Forget the X's and all that, and go ahead and move. It's just pay attention to mental routines and patterns and stuff. But anyway, I digress. So you're coming in here, Gemini, with this 7 of Cups energy. You might really be thinking like there's a lot of possibilities. It's a very romantic feeling. It can also be, I think, the romantic phase of a relationship, where their farts kind of weirdly don't really stink yet, you know? Uh, and there's these little things they do that are just so adorable. And you're like, oh my God, look, they have dimples, oddly things that years later drive you crazy, but I don't know, right? Now, challenging you in this energy is the Chariot. This is significant here. Damn, Gemini, I get the feeling like you're in this energy, and you're not able to figure out what to give yourself to, give your emotions to, and you're kind of bouncing around, maybe in this Gemini way. It's a flighty, quick, one thing to another, focusing on the details. The Chariot is going to be pulling out. Look at where Uranus is in your chart. It's at like 12 degrees Taurus in your natal chart. You can do that, and I think it might tell you something how that transit's aspecting, or how anything's aspecting possibly your natal Uranus, because that's the energy of the big picture and what's going on spiritually, your destiny. It's the north and south node in your natal chart, most clearly and directly. Uh, Goes into everything, your moon, your Charon asteroid, your ascendant is so important. Why the time is so important, but there's a whole realm here that you're sort of missing. And it's like, if you're having trouble focusing, if you're having trouble finding direction, or you're having to make a choice, it's like, I think like you really need to stop and get in touch, or go with the more spiritually, I don't know how else to say it, the person, or it's about the end. It's like you interact with person A, person B, and this one drains you, and this one energizes you, and this one doesn't drain you and energizes you and comes at you with a spiritual kind of energy, a deep energy that makes you be able to kind of slow down and feel like, wow, why am I here? What am I doing? All the whys. The whys are your opposite, me, Sagittarius. That's that Gemini doesn't want to deal with. Virgo kind of don't want to deal with it either. I want to deal with the what, where, how, when, ma'am. I want to know what, where, how, and the why is the hardest question of them all. And this is the why. Bringing why into your life here, Gemini. And this is your advice, Four Swords. Yeah, maybe I get the feeling like with this Seven of Cups, you're just trying to, and I gotta say, it's kind of Gemini, particularly in the Venus or in the Moon or something, trying to avoid the emotions of something which may have been painful um, and needing, because this is advice, and the Spirit's not advising you to be hurt, or but it's advising you to heal, to pay attention, that you need to focus on healing. So healing and moving in, and the kind of person that you want to draw in here, if you're trying to make a choice, say, let's say literally of seven, or even if you were to think back, it's Mercury retrograde. It's a good exercise. Now, I'm not saying go with this person. Think back to the last seven, assuming you had seven, and see if there's someone there that stands out as being spiritual, and see, kind of think back to how that part of your relationship with them felt. Whichever one from your past was, let's say, the most spiritual. And, I think because the healing that's needed here is something maybe to the belief systems and that kind of thing, and making you feel connected to your life and to your purpose and here, the big picture. And the outcome, and I'll take this as advice too, is that you will put a lot of energy into this, you personally. I think you have someone here with you. I don't see them here, uh, Gemini, but your heart spread and your singles reading, it very well. I'd love to know if you would, if you're watching this and you watch your singles reading that's up. Uh, the Four Pillars read, Meet Your Soulmate, it's titled, and let me know if that maybe describes the person you're dealing with here, which may be on the margins and at a distance from you, but nevertheless significant. And that's out of probably literally other choices, okay, but really they're not choices. It's all about what's going on in your heart. Thank you, Gemini. Cancer, thank you for joining me. I'm David. I'm doing the morning quickies here on the 4th of June. If I need to, I'm going to clarify with the Klimt Art deck here, which is I just got just to clarify. And let's see what we can do. We're going to look at this in the name of light and love, so it serves the greatest good. We're asking Spirit to give us guidance for our Cancers, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus signs. Here we go, guys. Five of Swords, you've been fighting. I'm trying so hard to keep these down. It's a daily reading for the 4th of June. It's not 4th of July, it's 4th of June. You're going about your day. Uh, it is Friday, right? So it's a Sagittarius Capricorn day. Tell me more, by the way, to do the I'll do the singles and couples reading for Saggies and Caps. So, yeah, you've been fighting maybe with your person. I do always see Five of Swords, pretty serious fighting that at least would have an edge to it. It could end up being abusive, or it could just be fighting unfair and leaving a mark, let's say. Nine of Pentacles. Now, this is coming in as a challenge card here. I just want to see what your advice is to go with this. Temperance. And temperance is your advice. Challenge, Nine of Pentacles, temperance, advice. We're going to see your person here. Right now, this is all you, right? And interacting with a person because you're fighting. Now, what's challenging you is, I believe you can look at this as being reversed. You don't want this being reversed, like the Queen of Pentacles reversed. It's kind of a minor Queen of Pentacles. This really could speak to someone that you were pretty stable. So if this isn't true, click. I get it. Maybe try your Moon, Rising, or Venus sign. But this somewhat, you were pretty stable, and then you've been in this relationship with this person, and you kind of, they've worn you down. You might be saying to yourself, I don't even know who I am anymore. Walking on glass, walking on eggshells, where put it, um, that kind of thing. Now, coming in as advice, look at Jupiter. It's in Pisces at 1 degrees. Really, if you know anything about astrology, it's pretty easy now. It's just to look at that chart and see if it's significant, or just if you know what is 1 degrees Pisces to you. It's the cusp of my seventh house, and it's a Sagittarius card too. So you think Sagittarius in your chart too might have significance here. Um, it's very positive, very optimistic, very expansive, very outgoing. This is the advice. I kind of feel like this is the advice of, like, don't argue with them. Just just completely rise above it, whatever that means. You may have to leave this person, but in any case, it's like if you're in this temperance energy, it's like you don't you don't bite, and you let things wash off of you, and you would be feeling pretty stable, and definitely not in this reverse Nine of Pentacles energy, like you're demeaned or somehow degraded. Not so much morally, physically degraded. Your energy, your health could be, your optimism, your self-image, your self-worth, all's degraded. And this is coming in. Think, like, what would it be like, to be happy and positive? And I got a feeling that this is your reading. You were like that. Think about it now. You're not. Page of Cups. Okay. And he's looking away from the reading. So, man or woman, this is your person. I don't know about the age here. It kind of doesn't matter. But they are immature. If they're 70 years old, they're immature and they're selfish, okay? And their cup is pointing away from you, your temperance cup. And it's exactly like I said. What I see this, it's going to be reversed, but you're just going to, you're too big for that. It's like you're not going to bite anymore. You see that it's just not worth your time, because you're optimistic and outgoing, and it also comes with a lot of strength and a lot of energy. You may have been really feeling depleted of energy. Hopefully it's already, you're feeling more, but if not, it's coming, and you're going to blow past this person. And they're the kind of person that's not capable of love. Maybe you've been trying for a while. So all of whatever the arguing is, it's just their way. They're incapable of intimacy. That's the important thing. This is the complete opposite of intimacy. Think about it. So they're not capable of that. You just want to keep banging your head against that one. But thank you, guys. So Leos, here we are. This Tarotmylove. We're doing the morning quickies. I'm David. This is at the Casa edition. Couldn't get to the beach this morning to really put myself together here. Excuse me. So we're using Leo, the classic gilded tarot, and I'm clarifying with this Klimt art deck. As I can always clarify with a whole deck. I usually don't clarify too much as we move along with the quickies. And here you are for the 4th of June with the 5 of Cups energy. So today, I'm starting with the literal read, and we'll see. So this is someone that's emotionally down. I try to keep these small, and they always go big. I can't help it. Sagittarius energy, want to expand things. So um, yeah, they always say, oh, you got the 2 cups behind you, let's, there's more fish in the sea. But when you're in this energy, it's raw. Honestly, to me, unless you're a narcissist or psychopath or something, you need, when you're in this energy, you're down for a minute. And as a Cancer moon and stuff, I'm always like, go ahead and feel it. Go ahead and sob your, racking sobs if you want, because that's only going to help in the long run, right? And this is what's crossing you. Wow. you need to take a time out. You need to go into the cave, the hermit. The hermit doesn't go in there to run away, but the hermit goes in there to get peace and to look at himself or herself, see? And that's like what needs to be done. One thing that comes to mind, because I get it, my modus operandi I've noticed is if you're in turmoil in like this, you don't have to look at yourself because you just don't. It's like you're like it's usually like what they did and what they didn't do, and oh my God. And the last thing that you're doing is taking any responsibility, growing, uh, self-caring. Sometimes, very often in this energy, doesn't it? Doesn't self-care go out the window? I mean, you might literally cancel a dental appointment because you just can't get up for it. You call a dentist. My God, my aunt died or something. I have to cancel at the last minute because you just can't get up for it. So that's yeah, damn, it goes big. Ah, advice from spirit. I like it. It's Two of Cups. I'm not going to see this as advice from spirit to love yourself, but yeah, of course. No. This is about there's someone out there for you, you know, and I think like you don't know it. It honestly, I do get a little feeling like you are kind of protected and guided, and if you do this introspection, it's going to have immense benefit, and it's going to take you, I think, right out of this Five of Cups energy, and it's going to save you sitting in that energy forever, and it's going to move you along your spiritual path and do you all kinds of good. And so, but someone's out there. It's so weird. It's like it's now it's divine timing. It's not the time, but it's like spirit wants you to know, with this being the advice, that there's someone there for you. I mean, your person. In the 5D, you're already together. You're already together. It's just hasn't happened physically, but it will after you go inside and point your finger at yourself. Make it up. You get the Ten of Cups. Guys, Leos, fun. Ta-da. And then what else could you ask for? The Ten of Cups. Total emotional fulfillment. And it's all gonna have all you have to do. The price of the ticket for this, I feel like a game show. You can get all this and all that's behind door number 4 just by pointing the finger at yourself. But yeah, I like that, Leo. Thank you guys. All right, Virgos, here we go. You have a sip of coffee. Yeah, I'm David, and we're doing the morning quickies here for the 4th of June. It's hard to believe. I'm going to clarify with the Klimt deck if I need to, and we're going to pull a 4-card read for you. Try to keep it moving along. You're coming in with the Queen of Swords here, Virgos. So this is kind of this is where your energy is in and around relationships and stuff, and so I like to say it's like what you're channeling right now, what you're showing to the world right now. Your predominant demeanor and approach to relationships is no bullshit, like like really. The Queen of Swords does mean that, but the fact that it's in this position and the fact that I just have this feeling, it's like you're really getting to that point where you just absolutely fucking had it. And you are going to be in a position of strength. You're going to be coming from a position of a kind of certainty, confidence, clarity. A clarity, too, comes in that's you can trust. If that resonates with you, then you can trust this. Because you're not channeling the Queen of Swords energy for nothing. If you were in love and you were gonna fucking cuddle, you would have the Ace of Cups there, or any number of other things, right? But you got the Queen of Swords there, so cross watcher. See where I'm going? Huh? Crossing you, but you won't bring the hammer down. This is you want to bring the sword down on somebody, but you're not. I'm not gonna say that's a bad thing, but the reading's saying that this is what's crossing you. Um, that you're not willing to take that final action. Maybe this is about cutting a tie, and it would be implied that you'd be cutting it hard. Um, it almost like would imply to me to cut a tie this hard. And I haven't seen here yet that they're your person, so what they've done to you, but to be in this kind of energy, um, you have to be. You could even be frightened of this person. Um, it's like you feel like you have to stand up to them and show them your strongest self, Virgo. I feel a little concerned. I gotta be honest with you. Page of Swords, but this is your advice. A Page of Swords. Let's kind of look at that, see if that resonates with you. This is your advice from Spirit. This is going to be an air sign. It's going to be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius person. Um, this is someone that's going to be significantly younger than you, and I believe this could be your child. So you have to maybe tell me, why is Spirit saying think about your air sign child uh, as being advice? So I'm going to tell you what I think. I've seen this so many times. So also know you're totally not alone. This is human nature. This person here that you have to channel this energy of the Queen of Swords, and who you obviously have feelings for, because somehow it, your advice here from Spirit, your child's being infected by this. It's not good. And I think as I say it, you gotta, and I think that might be what really, I've heard this story many times. I grew up with single mom myself a long time ago, long time ago, um, and I've heard it many times. And a lot of times the women will put up with stuff until they see it affect the children, or they see the person having any kind of a negative energy towards the person, and that becomes the Ace of Swords, the last straw. Wow. And I think you're just being encouraged here with the world. Notice this is not even about your other person, uh, Virgo. Not even about your other person. But when you do this, if you're concerned about the consequences, you're being reassured that this is not that you're gonna get the world, win the lottery. You might buy a ticket. Don't spend more than like $1. Never hurts. But you're going to level up out of all this. And you're going to level up, I think, because maybe you're defending yourself here as the Queen of Swords in a very solid way. You're not overreacting. It's like you got that little bump when you didn't want to do it, but you're going to do it now. You're seeing with the consequences. And when you do this and take this action, really, I think your life changes forever. That's the world. You sort of level up like never again in relationships where you deal with someone the same way. You're going to kind of always be that Queen of Swords. Eventually, hopefully it gets tempered, and but it's always going to be there where you can be hard when you need to be hard, right? Virgos, thank you guys. Libra, thanks for joining me here. It's the Morning Quickies. I'm David, and we're doing the heart spread here. We're doing the Morning Quickies here. Today, we're going to do Capricorn and Sagittarius for the heart spread and for the 4 pillars. So, always on Fridays, and then Saturdays, Pisces and Aquarius. And so I do all 12 signs every week. But right now, we're hitting your daily quickie here for the 4th, and doing a 4-card draw here. 9 of Swords, that's you, Libra, staying up at night. Keep saying about 9 of Swords, because Jupiter, Sagittarius, want to be optimistic. At least you're dealing with it. This is not running away from emotions. You're full on dealing with it, and it's not fun. 3 of Pentacles. Man, I got several ways of looking at this, but I think they all kind of mean the same thing here, Libras. So you just think about a reverse 3 of Pentacles. It's the good work card. It's collaboration with other people. I also get the feeling, the sense that it's traction, getting traction in something, getting a solid hold, getting a foothold in something. You know, could even be material, or what I really mean, the lack thereof, because this is your challenge position. So it ends up being kind of a stuck energy, which is not so good. Because I think you need to be in this Nine of Swords energy. It's a natural process. If somebody breaks your fucking heart, I mean, if you're not in a Nine of Swords energy for a minute, there's something wrong, right? Um, so just being stuck in that too, and like you're not really getting any help. Oh, isolation. A Nine of Swords anyway associated with isolation. So this is crossing you. Realize that you're isolating yourself too here, probably. There may well be help for you outside, but you're just like pulling the sheets over your head. And, I'm not saying get out and go party, but, let someone in, talk to about how you feel and that kind of thing. It might help you start getting traction moving out of this. Now, what's the advice? You got two of the work cards, the Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. Holy moly. And I love both cards. They're both super positive. Now, the Three of Pentacles in reverse is not super positive. But I think the fact that you have this sequence going to the Eight of Pentacles, you can do this. You just have to be aware of it, make the effort. And it could simply be one step, just brushing your teeth, just putting on clothes, just going out for a walk with a dog, or a walk around the neighborhood, or swim in the pool, get outside in the sun. And it's saying, you can just drive yourself out of this by taking actions and doing work going forward here. Still don't see your person here other than somebody put you in this Nine of Swords energy. I got to clarify the moon. Yeah, we're going to clarify here with the Six of Cups. Okay, wow, what a combination. The moon and the Six of Cups kind of is the moon card. Uh, to me, very similar. Um, Something's very fuzzy for you. Let's see. Um, Libras, yesterday I did the heart spread for you and also the single spread. I think this is more going to be about the heart spread because that's for the one you're in a relationship with, the one that's on your mind, the one you're thinking of. Because it's very fuzzy and I'm not getting a read. I'm reluctant to keep clarifying. Try one more time, but I think you're going to know what this is. It's something about yourself here. I'm still not seeing even your person here. In a Ten of Wands. Yeah. I get the feeling like this. Okay, Libra, it's like saying there's something you're not seeing. You got to figure this out. And it's about not taking action, not really giving things your all. And with the Six of Cups, maybe being, and the moon, being overly romanticizing things. It speaks to being in the romance phase of relationships, that kind of thing, and needing to take really solid action. And your advice is do this really solid work. This is all about on yourself. And this is all about yourself. It's like I don't see a person here. I think you might be looking at a period of 10 months. Now, if you uh, look at this here as your challenge, well, you can meet that challenge, and that means you need friends, though. Okay, you need to open up and come out of isolation here, Libra. And wow, so it's really positive in the end. I think we get there. Thank you, Libras. Scorpios, thanks for joining me here. I'm David. This morning quickies, the At the Casa edition. And we can do your 4-card spread right now. This is your energy coming in with the Page of Pentacles. Love it. This is the classic Gilded Tarot deck. Um, so, this is being sincere, usually in a love reading and in this position, your energy, where you're at in around relationships, um, you're either making or want to make, and with the Pentacles, probably you're making or in the process of making, or you feel like you're in a really solid new beginning. It'd be like maybe you just recently got with someone, but you're feeling like with the Page of Pentacles, this could really be the one. This could work out, and feeling like with the Page of Pentacles, I always say, like you're really thinking it through. There's someone you're probably communicating with, so you may not even be really together either yet, but you've been thinking it through, getting to know them, and it's not like a Page of Wands, like whoa, I just want to have sex, or Page of Cups, like first date, man, I'm in love with you. It's like no, this is a little more thoughtful than that. So a younger person with wisdom too is another way that could go. And your crossing here is this Queen of Pentacles, so think of it as a Queen of Pentacles in reverse, okay? In the crossing position, and here you are, Page of Pentacles. So this is a significant block. I see so much as a block. And this would be someone older than you, someone more substantial, not necessarily a woman. A difference between the Queen and the King of Pentacles. She might be a little softer, a little more receptive, more divine feminine to divine masculine energy. But still, as someone anyway who can be stern, but also very solid and loyal. But now reverse it. Um, I get the feeling like you could be trying to give your cup to someone maybe who doesn't appreciate it. It could be what's blocking you here. Yeah, and that's the advice. Because I gotta tell you, God darn it, Scorpio, it's like you're undervaluing yourself. You're seeing yourself as lesser than someone, in like not good enough for someone, and it's a lack mentality. And then the way they're reacting to you is that you're lesser than them, and maybe giving you the cold shoulder. Let's see. Wow. Lovers. To clarify this. This is your advice as the Five of Pentacles, is not to think that you're not good enough. So Page is a message. Another way to look at this. If you're really thinking you're not good enough for this, the advice is, this is not from me. This is from, I think, your own guides is how this works. And angels, however you look at it, your own spirit. The literal advice is that you are good enough. Don't think that you're not good enough. So go ahead and go there, even though you're thinking like it's impossible. This person is not going to be interested. Little old me, Scorpio, because you get the Lovers here. And I'm just looking at the Lovers right there as pure on. If you want a lover, this person will be your lover. And you have to take it from there. Uh, all right, your reading's up yesterday, guys, for the heart spread and the single spread, the four pillars. Either one of those might speak to this situation. I have a feeling, Scorps. Thank you, guys. Sagittarius, brothers and sisters. Sun, Jupiter, Mars, Mercury here. Full disclosure. I'm David. This June 4th, the Quickies. We're going to clarify with the Klimt deck if need be. Hopefully not. Trying to move through. We got the Mexican crows here today. This Mike does a pretty good job of blocking out. Too good of a job. It's not a perfect fix by any means, but we'll figure it out. But because I think it blocks out too much, because a lot of the sounds are beautiful. There's so many bird sounds and everything. Sometimes they're not so beautiful. But let's see what we got for Saggies coming in as the Magician. Okay, I love it, because this is your energy and around relationships. It's like right off the bat, there's nothing you can't do. And, so it's like if people are saying, like, he'll never pull that off, she'll never pull that off. No, you will. You are. You might be doing it right now. Look at the focus, too. I get the feeling, Sag. I try so hard to exclude myself from this. You're really focused on what you're doing. And you're pulling out all the stop, using all your resources. You're using your mind to the best ability. You're using your emotions. You're being emotionally intelligent, emotionally aware, emotionally grounded. even vulnerable if necessary here. Everything that you need to do, you're taking actions here. Bringing it all to the table. It's like a manifesting big time. This is like manifesting, you know, uh, male or female, but manifesting. I think not to get an all sexist thing, but male, divine feminine, divine masculine. Divine feminine is receptive, divine masculine is projective. So this is a projective energy you're manifesting. It's like, it's really not saying like I'm just going to sit here and wait. It's like saying I'm going to draw them into me, literally with my magic. Love it. So let's see what's going on. This is crossing, you guys, the Four Cups. This is interesting. I'm gonna go with the manifestation because, man, I'm feeling it strong here. We could think about it otherwise too. Anyway, this, if not manifesting, this is someone that's being flexible, being open, feeling like they can have room to maneuver in a situation, which is great for a Sag in general. I think the archetype energy. um, but there's something about your manifestation, because it's reversed Four Cups. It's like you're really not putting enough motion into it. Um, not to, so you're using everything. So it speaks to the cups. With intentions. This is my feeling. I'm not an expert on it, and God knows. Um, but I don't think it's always just about us saying or even thinking over and over and over. Um, something. It's about how we really feel. I think that's what draws things in. So if we want abundance and we focus on getting abundance, but inside, the reason we focus on it is because we really want abundance. We don't feel like we have abundance, and we have that emptiness and we want more. And in the universe, it's just sort of like that's what brings in that energy. And you could be at that time telling yourself, I'm abundant, but if you're not feeling it, if you're not feeling what you're saying, that's another way of doing it. So also, it's kind of like not believing your own rhetoric. So that could be affecting your manifestation here. Sagittarius, man, we're all about belief. We've got to believe our own rhetoric. I got that. I've done nothing but think about it my whole life. It's not a problem. But it's hard for Sagittarius if you lose belief in yourself. Belief is everything. Jupiter, 1 degree Pisces, Sag. Take a look at that. That's your planet, and it can have big significance for you. So this is your advice, Page of Wands here. I think we might seeing a person show up. This is some kind of message coming to you from a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, showing some kind of interest in you. But the fact that this is advice from Spirit, it's like whatever they say to you is going to be significant. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, going to be a younger person. I don't know your age. This person's younger, okay? I think this person's attractive. I think, exceptionally attractive, so physically. I'm just getting that. And they get your attention. This person gets your attention, but be advised, this is, as advice from Spirit, going to be a positive thing here. Okay, this is not someone with a dick pic or something. This is someone that comes in with some high vibrational energy that's in a Four of Cups too, could just being down, emotionally down, like you just don't have the energy to drive your manifestations. Like maybe everything is right, but you just not the energy to drive it forward. Well, this is coming in and bringing you energy to drive it forward, because this is someone that energizes you and brings you some energy that's energizing and gets you going and gives you optimism, strength, man, optimism. We need that. Take away belief, take away optimism, just shoot us in the head. We're dead, okay? Judgment. Saggies, this is the outcome. Being called up to your purpose. If you're manifesting here and you're being the magician, also, the outcome is it's gonna work. And what you're gonna manifest is the right thing for you. It's what Spirit wants you to do. It's the thing that's going to put you more in alignment with your soul's purpose and your life's path than anything else. What judgment is all about, it's always about over and over making a judgment to move into our life's purpose, to vibe high, making a judgment not to throw the punch, making a judgment to throw the punch, but in a way that we know that we're being called up to take an action, that's for our greatest good. It's a very positive thing. It often feels challenging too. So this is manifestation, and then you could say at an extremely high level. It's nuts and bolts. I love it, blood and guts. Manifestation is not just BS. Think something, so someone maybe been working for years towards this. This could be too, just being kind of a little worn out. Saggies don't give up. We just die. But we do get tired, don't we? We get tired. Thank you, guys. Wow, Capricorns, thank you for joining me. I'm David. This is Morning Quickies. Gotta have a little coffee here for the 4th of June. We're going to take a 4-card look quickly here at your love energy today. This is you showing up with a broken heart. So that makes it kind of easy. You have the iconic card that means tarot. And if that's not you, then, check your moon, rising, or Venus maybe, because that's pretty clear. Um, now, you know, I keep trying to keep these small because this is a daily reading for the 4th of June, right? So I'm thinking like, okay, you could just have a really bad fight. I've been in situations where kind of someone says, you kind of broke my heart last night, honey. Well, it's pretty bad. You don't want to hear that a lot, and I've said that. But it doesn't mean the relationship's over. Particularly in a good relationship, you kind of broke my heart when you said that thing about your ex or whatever. Hopefully it's like that, but clearly something got you. It's thoughts. So a lot of times this is something somebody said anyway with 3 swords, thing that commonly overlooked. If it could be something they say like, I'm sleeping with your sister. It could be something they say like, I don't love you anymore. But it's something that comes out and hurts your heart. So 7 of Swords. Now this is crossing you. I got a feeling you might know what's going on. But God, I hate to say this, but this is what the cards say. If you think there's anything going on with your person, sneaky, lying, cheating behavior, there is. This is in reverse. There could be. Let me see what we got here. Justice. Wow. Okay, I think this is the Klimt art deck. If you can see, I'm going to clarify this 7 of Swords, which you can kind of look at the 7 of Swords like it's in reverse, because this is what's blocking you. I think there is some hope that they could cop to this and turn it around if you wanted them to. This Justice card, you would be the one to decide. Look, that would be you. And I won't give an opinion, but this is all in what's crossing you. But the fact that it's reversed, it's like it could have been in the past. It's like, yes, they slept with your sister month ago, but it's over now. That kind of thing. It's a metaphor. Okay. The sleeping of with the sister, slept with your brother, as the case may be, kind of energy. So it's strange to get that in the crossing. You may be going on with some kind of decision about that right now. But then, so you would probably be asking him or her, is it over? And asking yourself, is it really over? And what I'd be asking, I'm Venus and Scorpio, and I already know the answer. Goodbye. Next, it would be, I don't know if I could trust him again. In fact, I've been down that road, and I couldn't. Maybe I just didn't love him enough. I don't know. But it's like the U.S. government. Why the hell am I going to believe them? They know nothing but lie for hundreds of years. Tower. Now, this is the advice. So, the advice from Spirit's not that they want something to come down, but they're like, embrace the tower. It's coming down. So, really, honestly, I think what this is saying really clearly, a lot of literal readings today, is just kind of let this go. Like, let it go. And really, what it is, kind of give in to the tower. Don't fight it. Don't try to control it. I think this is an important message because you might say, now a good general knows how to manage defeat. So there's a couple ways to play this. You could be in there, blood and guts, tooth and nail, uh, digging through the rubble, or you could just walk away. And I think you need to walk away, okay, from this tower. And so not don't give it any energy. Just when it starts to fall, just go away. That's your signal. This is like a jailbreak. This is your signal, and you can move on here. And let's see. I don't know if you're going to move on with this person. Wow, but you might. Okay. Now you've got Tower Moment followed by the Hierophant. Wow, you might. This might just, I mean, I'm going literal today. This could be a marriage is involved here. But being that the outcome is you have a marriage, you know, another way this could play, like the affairs going on, and your person, because it's often reversed, because this is who you're thinking of, and by your person, I mean your person you're having an affair with, no judgment. It could be another way this is playing. Um, you know, they get the divorce because they get found out by their husband, their wife, and that's so it's speaking to this marriage then being involved. So it's a marriage ending. So yeah, it could be either way. Yours or your person's here. All right. But wow, thank you guys. All right, Capricorns. Aquarius. I'm sorry. Thank you for joining me. This is some morning quickies here um, for June 4th at the Casa edition. And we're going to pull 4 cards looking at your love energy for today. This is you coming in. No, hold on. Forgive me. We don't want to pull essentially from the bottom of the deck because I'm pulling through the deck here, guys. Aquarius, this is you coming in. Knight of Swords. That can definitely be you coming in your own energy, being a Knight of Swords. Um, Swords being the air signs. And this would imply that you're the Mars energy, taking actions. You're going in after someone. I shouldn't put it like that. It makes it sound like you're a kidnapper. uh, He'd be moving in fast and hard, taking the lead, coming in first and towards someone in love in this position. No, what's blocking you? 10 of Wands, and that's in the blocking position. But if you're a Knight of Swords, you are certainly not lacking energy, are you? Because the 10 of Wands here blocking is like really not putting energy into something, maybe not having energy. You know, they 10 of Wands uprise, you can't do anymore. You're carrying as much as burden as you can. Um, and you know, if this was in the advice, I'd have one read, and I like it. But this is in the challenge, so um, maybe it's taking you a lot of energy. I see the Knight is looking away from the reading. You know, so this could be you wanting to rush in with this energy here. Directly and swiftly, and you know, almost like energy want to come in and sweep someone off their feet. But blocking you is kind of a lack of energy. Um, let's see what your advice is. We get some the Sun. Wow. Now the Sun as advice. I mean, best card in tarot is great to get here, um, and that could be energy coming in. But this is implying it's coming in from outside you. Could be a transit shifting. Something's been kind of sucking the life out of you with this 10 of Wands in reverse. It'd be pretty serious feeling, I think. Um, like almost like you were ready to go meet someone and give it your all, and you ended up having to have gallbladder surgery or something, like something 10 of Wands really taking you down, taking you out for a while, like taking you out at the knees. You know, because a knight doesn't always succeed. You know, he might have the best intentions. I always say the Pinnacle Knight of Pentacles is good, most likely because uh, Then it's like Monty Python. You can cut his arms off; he'll just keep coming and bat and pound you with his head. But they know they don't always succeed. Even they want to. I mean, some nights gotta not succeed. It's like I feel like that didn't happen, but with the sun coming here, it's like there's every reason to think that it will. It's like you're being promised energy here and being energized. Um, I think it could be like a Leo person coming into your life. If you look at Leo in your chart, if you look at what house that is in and stuff, what plants you might have there, Aquarius, I think you might see something. And let's see what the outcome is here is justice. Wow, this is a very subtle reading. Everything's been so literal up until now. Temperance on justice. So you got three major arcanas out of five here with this clarification from the Klimt deck, okay? So we're looking at something significant here. I mean, you could say there's a Libra, but it's like I still don't see a person here, really. I see you going through some process of, maybe you're trying to get out from under a divorce, would be go back to the literal day, or some kind of ending here, Aquarius. And so, um, with temperance, it's going to imply that you're going to have to be take a while. With the sun, I think you're going to be okay. I think you're moving away from your person with this energy. It's like you got deflected away from them or something. When you did, it's like this is also seeing things lighting up, things getting lighter. It can be a moon, like a progressed moon shifting into like a house that's lighter, like an air house, or from an earth house to an air house or something, or water house to fire. Because temperance, you're going to be optimistic and happy. Also, look at Jupiter and Sagittarius in your chart. That could be significant here because you're going to feel like you have justice here. Um, it, it feels like it's going to be from a relationship, and some burden is going to be removed, and I mean like totally removed. With the sun coming in and being your advice, it's like so have no doubt that whatever happens, it's gonna, if it seems too good to be true, it's with justice being here, it's what you earned, it's what you deserve, it's literally your karma, and it's good. you know Can't beat that. Can't beat the sun here, Aquarius. All right, thank you guys. Pisces, I do the quickies here. This is for the 4th of June. And I'm David. We're doing the At the Casa edition. Gonna get to the beach. This is you showing up, 5 of Wands, where you're at and around relationships. It's that bickering and arguing, with your person. I try to keep these readings little and they keep blowing up, but if you're bickering and arguing, and often there's something underlying that maybe there's something more going on. And they always say your kids practicing. They maybe one day want to be knights. It's not as vicious as a 5 of Swords, and it is often I see it as that arguing. It's like the kind of thing you see in sitcoms and the kind of thing friends will laugh about, and they see a married couple bickering. I mean, in a way, it's almost natural. You see it. You certainly see it a lot. So, Knight of Wands. This is your crossing. Think about a Knight of Wands being reversed. I gotta see this as your person here, not playing along. With the Knight of Wands reversed, if you're having these fights, like if like fighting fair, like you might be fighting fair because you're trying to be cool and emotionally uh, high vibing, but they're not. If they're a reverse Knight of Wands, they be coming in really hot. I mean, this could be abusive, taking actions. Wands are actions, Knights are actions. Knights are Mars energy. Literally, look at Mars in Cancer right now. Um, in your chart, in your synastry chart, in your progressed composite, you'll see this. Sometimes there's advice there for what's going on, but this is a significant blocking. There's a lot of conflict here. You'd be feeling not very good, and not even maybe feeling really safe. Definitely, like I'm a Cancer moon. Moon is about how you feel safe, and I would not feel safe this kind of energy going on. And I'm a guy. It's not about being, killed or anything. It's about being safe with someone, that they are there for you and emotionally connected and care about you. And that doesn't seem that way to me. It seems the opposite. So advice, it's this King of Pentacles. Well, okay, the mirror. So the advice is for you to channel your King of Pentacles energy, and really it's kind of rise above this and be strong, and know your self-worth. And the King of Pentacles doesn't have any doubts. It can take care of things. And I also think you're going to be drawing in a person that's an Earth person, Virgo or Taurus or Capricorn person into your life here. And I think if you do, it's going to be a good thing because it's in your advice position. But it's kind of what you're seeking. I think if you stop and ask yourself, in all of this, what you really want is to kind of be the King of Pentacles, man or woman, doesn't matter. You want things, you don't want drama. This is like drama. This is like Jerry Springer type drama. Honestly, that's how that could be. Like, not good, man. And you just want, to be sitting in your King of Pentacles energy, and Spirit does too. That's really all you want. You just want to have a solid relationship and with someone, where you're at, and you know where you're going, and things are going good, and you're both acting like normal human beings, not whatever this mess is that you're getting here in the Ten of Pentacles. I think you get this, but you get it on your own. And also, it comes with this King of Pentacles, as an outcome. So this could be someone that really supports you, and has your back. I think it is your lover, though, here. But it's not this Knight of Wands. And I don't think you're all that serious into the Knight of Wands anyway, Pisces. I don't think this is going to be a heartbreak thing. It's like you're simply watching this and maybe thinking like, no, I've already made up my mind. This guy's got a good job, and or this woman, and they're solid and reliable and intelligent and resourceful and capable, and just like I need that right now. I need that. I need something solid, and it's going to be just really solid. It's going to be exactly. It's going to be exactly what you want. You're going to feel like you're right there where you want to be. I love it, Pisces. Thank you, guys.